Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. I'd like to thank you for sticking with our video lessons here on YouTube. Since May 2nd, I've been laid up. I had a total knee replacement a week ago Thursday, and this is my first time that I've been able to get back into the studio. I put a few charts like the Spanish verb universe, the verb numbering system, etc. On video for you. But now I'm back at it. I'm going to take the lessons a little more slowly until my leg is 100%. Those of you that have been through a total knee replacement, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm kind of walking right now like a little peg leg, but I'm total weight bearing. My numbers are good. I'm ahead of the game, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for you every time I think about our Spanish program that we share, and I'm grateful for the healing process. So thanks for sticking with me, and I'm glad to be back. Okay, we've studied the preterite. We spent a lot of time on the preterite. We told you that you need to know the preterite, the present, and the infinitives. That would be our foundation to build upon for the rest of the Spanish language. Well, there are two past tenses. There's a past preterite, which we have done, and now we are doing the past imperfect. We learned that the past preterite was for a completed action. It's over, it's done with. And we'll do a lot of examples contrasting what we have today for the imperfect upcoming. It'll make it very clear for you. Okay, there are going to be a number of lessons regarding the imperfect. Our first lesson is to show a major usage, and that is you use the imperfect to describe what one would do or used to do in the past. When you say what you would do, we're talking about what you would do as a kid, what you would do when you were in high school, what you would do when you had free time, what you would do when you lived in the mountains in a snowy climate, right? What would you do when you go on vacation or visit a relative in a desert, arid situation, okay? This is not what you would do if you won the lottery, what you would do. That's a conditional. That's verb tense number 7. We're not there yet. Okay, what you would do tomorrow. That's verb tense number 7, the conditional. What you would do right now, in a minute, tonight, tomorrow, next year, or way off in the future, that is verb number 7, the conditional. We are verb number 5, the imperfect. The would we're talking about is what you would do all the time when you were a kid, or what you would do all the time reminiscing back, thinking about your past, right? As a young person. It doesn't have to be a young person. You could be 95 years old and remember your 70s and what you would do when you were 70. A lot of people, when they get older, right, we slow down physically, knee, right? You slow down, and then you think, oh my gosh, I would do this, I would do that. Okay, so this can apply to any age. First of all, the imperfect is perhaps our most simple tense, along with the future and the conditional upcoming. It's verb tense number 5. In our Spanish universe, 0 is the infinitive. Number 1 is the ing, ando, yendo. They call it the present participle. Number 2 is the ed, the ado, ido. They call it the past participle. We're going to learn how to use those a lot. Number 3 is the present tense, or the present indicative. Again, indicative because it indicates what's happening in the present time. And then 4 is the preterite we mentioned already. It's the one of the two past tenses that we use for a completed past action. It's over, it's done. Like it rained. I won the lottery. We went to the game. We had a lot of fun. I did my homework. Things that you did, things that happened, those are over. That's the preterite. But the imperfect, one of the usages is to describe what you used to do or what you would do all the time in the past. Now, we mentioned there are only 3 verbs that are irregular in the imperfect. Ser, ir, and ver. Look here, you got era, iba, and veía. I think I mentioned this is an easy one to remember. The imperfect of the verb ser is era. ERA, if you like baseball, earned run average. If you like Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, ERAS. Okay, era. For example, if I say in the present tense, somos amigos, we're friends, and I want to say we used to be friends, éramos. I put an MOS, excuse me, and an accent on the E because we're stressing 3 vowels back. Éramos amigos. We were neighbors. Éramos vecinos. We were students at the same college. Éramos estudiantes de la misma universidad. The verb ir, the imperfect is iba, I-B-A. We've used it already. We already know how to say it's going to rain, va a llover. It was going to rain, iba a llover. Very simple, right? We were going to go. Íbamos a ir. Hey, guess what? Íbamos, you're right, there's an accent mark on that I. Íbamos a ir. They were going to come to the party. Iban a venir a la fiesta. How do you conjugate them out? Well, era is for yo. The to form, you just add an S. Eras, ibas, and veías. Just add an S. If you want to go back to the usted, el, ella, or it form, go back to the same as the yo form. It's era. So it's era, eras, era. Iba, ibas, iba. Veía, veías, and veía. This is to see, to see. And then if you want to go to the we form, put an MOS on the end. Mos. Put an accent on the E. Éramos. Put an MOS on the end here. Íbamos. We used to go. Right here, put an MOS on the end. Veíamos. We are blessed with patterns that keep repeating themselves in the Spanish language. And this is my first time doing a video since May 1st. Today is May 11th. I'm going to say it right now for the first time. The language learning module didn't go anywhere these last 10 days. Right here, the language learning module, and you guys have it right there as well. So you hear this, éramos, íbamos, veíamos. Your brain is saying, okay, most, and you tag it, and you put it in its compartment, and you're good to go. These are the imperfects. Veía, I used to watch a lot of television. Veía mucha televisión. We used to watch a lot of movies. Veíamos muchas películas. In terms of ver películas, it's to watch movies or to see movies, okay? Where I am in English, we say to watch movies, but in Spanish, ver. Veíamos muchas películas. Some people like to use the verb mirar, which is a regular AR verb. Mirar literally means to look. I have a friend from Chile, and some of my friends were visiting with him. And in Chile, they use ver la tele, watch TV, or ver una película. And I had some friends who are Spanish speaking, and they said, vamos a mirar la tele. And he started laughing. He said, vamos a mirar una película. He started laughing. Why? Because to him, mirar una película was to look at a movie, like hold a DVD in your hand and look at it. Or to look at the TV set, ver, or mirar la tele, to look at it. Ver la tele, to watch. But I'm going to tell you, they're interchangeable. And that is the beauty of language. We share the Spanish language. Nobody owns the Spanish language. Don't let anybody tell you that if you say a particular word a certain way, and like for example, if somebody says coche and you say carro, and they say no, carro has to be a cart. It can only be a cart, carrito. No, being different is good. We have to accept differences in the language depending on the geographic location. Some words might be a little bit different, but we all get the point across. It's very simple. We understand each other. And Spanish is universal, universal. Okay, let's go to AR verbs. The easiest verbs in the Spanish language, 95+% of all verbs in Spanish are AR verbs. Look at the endings. Aba, abas, aba, abamos, aban. Abamos has an accent mark. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué abamos tiene acento? Language learning module, shake it up, wake it up. Abamos, because anytime you have 3 vowels back and that vowel is stressed, it gets an accent mark because the 2 rules of pronunciation don't permit that. So this is telling you when you see that accent mark, pronounce the word stressing the vowel that's below the accent mark. Easy. Everything is simple. There's an explanation. Let's take the verb viajar. V-I-A-J-A-R. Viajar. I used to travel a lot. Viajaba mucho. You used to travel a lot. Viajabas mucho. He or she used to travel a lot. Viajaba mucho. We used to travel a lot by plane. Viajábamos mucho por avión with our family, con la familia. They traveled a lot, all the time. They used to travel a lot. They would travel a lot. Viajaban mucho. The N factor didn't go anywhere. The N factor, the ellos form always ends in N. And look at this. Once you get the yo form, bingo, you've got the to form, put an S. You've got the el form, it's the same as the yo form. The we form, just add an MOS and then go back and put your accent mark in. And then the they form, just add an N. Let's take a look at the verb comer. Okay, comer. The endings are ia, ias, ia, iamos, ian. Why do we have an accent mark on the I of the endings? Ia, ias, ia, iamos, ian, all the way through. Why do we have an accent mark? Right? Why do we have an accent mark? Make sure we're recording here. Yes, we are. Okay, the reason we have an accent mark is, yes, we're going to break up the diphthong. Ia, 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 ia. That IA is ia, 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 all the way through. All right, let's take the verb comer, which is to eat. Do we have comer up here? Here it is. Comer. Like I used to eat a lot. I used to eat a lot of chocolate. I still do. Comía mucho chocolate. You would eat a lot of chocolate. Tú comías mucho chocolate. Mom would eat a lot of chocolate. Mamá comía mucho chocolate. We used to eat a lot of chocolate. Comíamos mucho chocolate. They would eat a lot of chocolate. Comían mucho chocolate. Remember that joke? Lessons back? That goes with chocolate. Latir, L-A-T-I-R, I-R verb, is to beat, for your heart to beat. You say, my heart beats, right? Mi corazón late. That's a natural function that keeps us alive. Mi corazón late. But you say, my heart beats for, watch this. Mi corazón late por el chocolate. Got you. Mi corazón late por el chocolate. My heart beats for chocolate. Okay, let's take the verb vivir. Remember that V and the B, the two lips come together, it's called bilabial. Vivir. It's not vivir. Vivir. Okay, I used to live in the mountains. Antes vivía en las montañas. You used to live at the beach. Tú vivías en la playa. He used to live on the coast. Él vivía por la costa. We used to live in Pakistan. Vivíamos en Pakistan. They used to live in Australia. Ellos vivían en Australia. Okay, we see the conjugations. What do we know? All but 3 verbs. You could go through a dictionary, right, for weeks. And these are the only 3 verbs that are irregular in the imperfect. So it's just a regular ending for AR verbs and the same for ER and IR verbs, regular endings. Now, let's take some examples here. Tomar leche, to drink milk. Jugar. Jugar deportes, to play sports. Jugar béisbol, to play baseball. Jugar fútbol americano, to play American football. Jugar fútbol, to play soccer. Jugar fútbol, soccer, to play soccer. Jugar baloncesto. Jugar basketball, to play basketball. Leer libros, to read books. Levantarse tarde, to get up late. Reflexive verb, come over here. Here are your pronouns that we have to account for. Me, te, say, or nos. Acostarse temprano, to go to bed early. Levantar pesas, to lift weights. I'm telling you, with my knee the way it is right now, this is about the only weight I'm lifting, this little stick. Levantar pesas, to lift weights. Over here, correr, to run. Dormir, one of our favorite pastimes, to sleep. Dibujar, to draw. How cool is that? If I could have a skill that I don't have, it would be to be able to draw. Oh my gosh, I just marvel when I see artists, sketch artists, whatever type of artist, be able to draw something. Just amazing. Reírse. Reírse is to laugh. Why, amigos, question for the audience, why is there an accent mark on reírse? Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? Well, take a look. Franco, you got it right. Because it needs to break up the diphthong, reírse, so that the E and the I sound like two vowels and not one. Remember, a diphthong are two vowels together making one sound, but when you break up the diphthong, you've got two vowels making two sounds, okay? How would this sound if it didn't have an accent mark? It'd be like a cat. Reírse, reírse. That's not going to cut it. Ir. One of the top 10 verbs in the Spanish language, ir, to go somewhere. Escuchar, to listen. Comer is to eat. By the way, escuchar, a lot of people that learn Spanish, they'll always say escuchar a. Escuchar means to listen, and to listen to, the to is understood in the verb escuchar. You don't need the preposition a. All right, let's practice. I used to drink a lot of milk. Yo tomaba mucha leche. My brother used to drink a lot of soda. Mi hermano tomaba mucha soda. My friends in college, they would drink beer all the time. Mis amigos en la universidad, N factor, tomaban mucha cerveza. Jugar. I used to play baseball. Yo jugaba baseball. My brother played basketball. Mi hermano jugaba baloncesto. What sports did you used to play? ¿Qué deportes jugabas tú? ¿Qué deportes jugabas tú? Yo jugaba muchos deportes. I played a lot of sports. We used to play billiards. Jugábamos a los billares. Jugábamos a los billares. That's B-I-L-L-A-R-E-S. They used to play with their dolls. Jugaban con sus Barbies. Jugaban con sus muñecas. Leer libros. Okay? Got an ER verb. I used to read a lot of books. Yo leía muchos libros. My mom would read books to me at night. Mi mamá me leía libros por la noche. Hey, you want to go double imperfect? Language learning module. My mom would read me books when I would go to bed. So I would say, mi mamá, not reflexive, but remember, me, te, and nos are always going to be me, you, and we. Okay? We're using me, the pronoun, but not reflexively. My mom would read me books. Mi mamá me leía libros cuando, now we're going reflexive, cuando me acostaba. See how easy that is? Mi mamá me leía libros cuando me acostaba. Y me gustaba mucho. Gustaba, and I liked it a lot. Y me gustaba mucho. There's a triple imperfect. Mi mamá me leía libros en la noche cuando me acostaba y me gustaba mucho because it was a lot of fun. Now let's throw a fourth imperfect. Porque era divertido. You see that? Create language, build sentences, build paragraphs, build narrations. Levantarse tarde. Ay, ay, ay. When I was a kid, cuando yo era niño, girl, cuando yo era niña, I used to get up late. Me levantaba tarde. Todos los días, every day, me levantaba tarde. My dad would always get up with the sun. Mi papá siempre se levantaba con el sol. Right? Okay. Acostarse temprano is to go to bed early. When I was a little kid, I would go to bed early. Cuando yo era niño, cuando yo era un niño pequeño, when I was a small kid, me acostaba temprano. If you want to go into the present tense, pero, P-E-R-O, ahora me acuesto tarde. Acostarse is an O-to-U-E in the present tense. We know that. Me acostaba temprano cuando era niño. I would go to bed early when I was a kid. Pero, ahora, now, present tense, me acuesto tarde. Let's go with levantar pesas. Cuando estaba en high school. Cuando estaba en el colegio. Cuando estaba en la escuela secundaria. Different ways of saying high school. Don't argue with people. Just think of, hey, I appreciate that. You're adding to my vocabulary. Cuando estaba en la escuela secundaria, I used to lift weights. Levantaba pesas. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to lift weights every day of his life. Arnold Schwarzenegger, habla a la mano. Talk to the hand. You remember that line? Arnold Schwarzenegger levantaba pesas todos los días de su vida. Arnold Schwarzenegger era muy grande, era muy fuerte. ¿Por qué? Why? Because he ate well, comía bien y levantaba muchas pesas. All right, there you go. Cluster. Let's go to our next cluster. Remember, we are cluster busters. We're going to take every one of these clusters and we're going to pop them open. We're going to bust them open. Cluster buster. Correr. When I was a kid, I would run in the morning. Cuando era niño, corría por la mañana. My dad would run after work. Mi papá corría después del trabajo, or mi papá corría después de trabajar. We used to run in the afternoon. Corríamos por la tarde. The cross-country team, they would run after school. El equipo de campo traviesa, ellos corrían después de la escuela. Dormir. When I was a kid, I would sleep a lot. Cuando era niño, dormía mucho. Right? My dog would always sleep in the afternoon. Mi perro siempre dormía por la tarde. Truth be told, a decir la verdad, mi perro dormía por la mañana, dormía por la tarde, dormía por la noche, y dormía por la madrugada. We know what la mañana is the morning, right? Up to noon. Noon to 6 is what we call la tarde. From 6 to midnight, we call it la noche. But from midnight to 6 a.m., we call it la madrugada. Learn that. All right, let's go with dibujar. I used to draw a lot in my art class. Yo dibujaba mucho en mi clase de arte. We used to draw projects for our science class. Dibujar, dibujábamos proyectos para nuestra clase de ciencias. Reírse. Hey, that verb, reírse, don't be intimidated by a reflexive verb. Don't be intimidated by a verb that has an accent mark on it. You're the puppeteer. These are the puppets. Jerk these guys around and use them however you want to use them. Don't let them cause you fear. Reírse, big whoop. Look, let's take the SE off. That leaves reír. Okay, take the IR off. So you got me, and now you have RE. I used to laugh a lot. Me reía mucho. Do it for you. Te reías mucho. He or she would laugh a lot. Él or ella se reía mucho. Break it down into its most simple terms. Reírse. Okay, all you need is the RE at the beginning and the appropriate reflexive pronoun here. We used to laugh a lot. Okay, we're going to take nos. Then we're going to put RE right in front. Nos reíamos mucho. And why is the accent mark still there? That's right, to break up the diphthong. And they used to laugh a lot. Se reían mucho. Okay? Piece of cake. Right? Ir a. Again, ir, one of our top verbs in the Spanish language. We know in the imperfect it's iba. If I want to say we used to go to the beach a lot, íbamos, put an MOS, accent on the I. Íbamos mucho a la playa. We would go to the library a lot. Íbamos mucho a la biblioteca, to read books, para leer libros, to learn about the world, para aprender del mundo. Here's one. I used to go to the library to study Spanish. Yo iba a la biblioteca para estudiar español. After para, your language learning module is saying, okay, I got it. After para, if we have a verb, I don't care what it sounds like in English, ing, infinitive, you're going to go infinitive in Spanish. After a preposition, which para is, if you have a verb, immediately the next word, it must be infinitive. But you know what? That's a separate lesson, and it's coming up. Okay? Let's go with ira again. They used to go to the mountains in the summer for vacation. Iban a las montañas durante el verano para las vacaciones. They used to go to the mountains to ski. Iban a las montañas para esquiar. I used to go to my friend's house to do homework. Yo iba a la casa de mi amigo para hacer la tarea. We used to go to the dances at school to have fun, okay? Íbamos, put an MOS with an accent on the I, íbamos a los bailes de la escuela to have fun, para divertirnos. Divertirnos is the verb to have fun. And a lot of students don't have fun with that verb because it's reflexive and it's an E to IE stem change in the present tense. It's an E to I stem change in the preterite. But we're going to handle it. We're going to handle it very, very well. But anyways, we would go there to have fun. Íbamos allí para divertirnos, to divert ourselves. Escuchar, when I was a kid, I used to listen to music. Cuando era niño, escuchaba música. When I was a kid, escuchaba mis CDs. I used to listen to mis discos compactos. Escuchaba mis CDs. I used to like to listen to Disney music. Me gustaba escuchar la música de Disney. I would listen to Disney songs every day. I escuchaba canciones de Disney todos los días. Todas las mañanas, ¿verdad? Todos los días. And finally, comer. We've done comer already, so I used to eat a lot, comía mucho. She used to eat very little, comía muy poco. Now we know a major usage of the past imperfect is to describe what one would do, what you would do in the past all the time, or what you used to do in the past. We know there are only three irregulars, right? Ser, ir, and ver. Era, iba, veía. We know the regular endings are aba, abas, aba, abamos, aban for AR verbs. Abamos has an accent on the A because it's three vowels back, breaks the rule. And ER and IR, the endings are ia, ias, ia, iamos, ion. They all have an accent mark on the I to take a diphthong, two vowels together forming one sound, and break them up. Ia. How about a word that ends in IA and you don't break it up? How about the word for history? Historia. The IA kind of sounds like ya, like ya. Like Rocky says, yo, Adrian. Ya. Historia. Historia. There's a big difference between ya, no accent mark, and ia. Two syllables, ia. Two sounds. Ya, one syllable, one sound versus ia. How about the word for church? You've heard it. Iglesia. Iglesia. It's not iglesia. Iglesia with an accent mark. Iglesia, not going to happen. Iglesia. So IA, right? How about the name Garcia? You tell me. Garcia. Okay, stretch it out. Garcia. When you stretch it out, you can hear you're pronouncing the I and you're hammering on the A as well. Garcia. Well, when IA is two different syllables, two separate sounds, you got to put an accent mark on the I to break it up. And that, my friends, is why Garcia, the name, has an accent mark on the I to break up the diphthong. Otherwise, it would be Garcia, Garcia, Garcia. What is that? That's no language. Garcia. Okay? All right. That's it. My knee is hanging in there. I have my walker right next to me just in case I need it. I got a cane over there, but actually I've been doing really well. So bear with me. I'll be a little more animated as the days go by. Okay? Love you guys. Really appreciate you tuning into these lessons. We have learners all over the world. All over the world. People are tuning in to learn Spanish. So thank you very much. Es todo por ahora. See you next lesson. Hasta la próxima lección. Gracias. Hasta luego. Bye bye.